left the rehab because I wanted to come back here and turn myself in.
Let me just stop you real quick right there, because the officer called Santa Maria, and the people at Santa Maria, according to what that officer put in this report, specifically said that you left the facility because you changed your mind. Hang on. Quote, Santa Maria is not the best option for me at this time. Are you saying you did not say that?
I did not say that. She know why I left because I had a warrant for my arrest and I didn't want the police to pick me up. I couldn't go to the DPS and get my ID and stuff, so I was going to come back to Port Arthur, turn myself in, and then see, go from there. But I didn't leave because I didn't want the help. That's why I found out I was pregnant on March 31st. I found out I was pregnant. I was in that rehab. I left because they wanted me to go to get my ID, and I couldn't go there because I had a warrant out for my arrest.
Okay, so you found out you were pregnant in March.
Yes.
And then you went and committed an evading arrest with a vehicle, a duty on striking an unattended vehicle, and an aggravated assault against a public servant a month later after you found out you were pregnant?
I was on drugs, Your Honor.
While you were pregnant?
Yeah. I made the mistake of leaving the rehab, and I got on drugs, and the next few days later I got arrested.
But you said you made the mistake of leaving the rehab, but you said you left the rehab to come and turn yourself in. So you didn't leave the hang on. So you didn't leave the rehab to come turn yourself in, because if you had, you would have come straight here and turned yourself in, and you wouldn't have these new offenses.
I had to catch a bus, so I had to go downtown, wait for the bus to come, and in that time, I caught a charge. I don't want to be separated from my baby, Your Honor. This is my...
So in that time, hold on. So you had left the facility at least by April 17th.
Yes.
And then your new charges were April 29th.
Yes.
So that's 12 days of waiting on a bus and catching a charge?
I didn't have the money, so I got the money together to catch the bus back out here, the Greyhound. And once I got the money, the day I was going downtown, I got arrested for trying to evade the police because I was on drugs. I was scared and I was on drugs.
So all the times that you failed to report to the probation office, March 7th, March 10th, hold on, there was a third one.
March 12th.
March 12th, April 10th. So
I never knew I had all those dates after the 7th. After the 7th, I thought I was revoked already. After the first time I did report, I thought I had a warrant out for my arrest, and I went to the rehab.
But you talked to the probation officer between
I talked to her on the 7th.
And you talked to her ugly.
I got out of jail in March 6th in Harris County.
Mm-hmm.
I called her that day.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted me to report the next day. I couldn't make it.
Right.
So I guess I talked to her within that week. I don't remember talking to her, but I didn't know that she was giving me more opportunities to report. I would have reported. I thought after the first time that was it.
The reason you probably don't remember all that is because I guess you were using drugs while you were pregnant.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was pregnant at first, and then I found out.
But then you kept using drugs.
Yeah. I need help, and Santa Maria is a good place, and they'll offer me mental health service, and I have an autoimmune disease that they offer treatment for. Jefferson County hasn't been giving me the medication for it. And since I've been here 52 days. They haven't given me any medication, so my baby can. Yeah, I don't want to say it out loud what it is, but I need the help that Santa Maria offers. I don't want to be separated from my kids any longer. My 3-year-old is with my friend, and I want to be him to be able to come with me. I want to be able to keep my kids with me and get the help I need mentally and with the drugs.
So where do you actually live?
I live on 1825 17th Street.
What city?
Port Arthur.
So Santa Maria is what, 90 days?
It's up to 6 months. 6 months to 18 months.
It was verified through the Harris County Community Supervision Court liaison.
This is where the entire case starts to shift. Up until now, it sounded like she was asking for help, but the prosecution is reframing it as a pattern of non-dash compliance. And in court, that distinction matters a lot, because once the judge believes probation isn't working, the focus moves from rehabilitation to punishment. Do you think she genuinely wants help? Or has the court heard this story too many times?
Court liaison that the program is 6 months.
Yeah.
So where did you get the 6 months to 18 months?
They told me at Santa Maria when I was there, it's up to, you can stay up to 18 months.
Mr. Smith?
Judge, I spoke with Misty Hoffman, who was an assistant DA in Harris County, before they sent her to the Santa Maria program. They were thinking about doing that, and she tried to explain to me what it was, and I explained to her our intention was not to keep her on probation, it was to seek a revocation in this case. I think everything that she has said up to this point kind of lends credence to the fact that probation is, she's not going to be successful on probation. I think even today you can see that she gets, according to the PSI, becomes impatient, easily irritated, argumentative, and confrontational. She's been non-compliant basically since she started in on probation and has made no progress and has no plan. This is the first that we've heard that she even has a residence in Port Arthur. We had no idea that she had any kind of residence in Jefferson County. She didn't have one prior to this, so I don't even know whose house this is.
So here's the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
Talking over people,
Sorry.
being confrontational
The
with
judge isn't just reacting to the charges anymore, she's reacting to the behavior in real time. Attitude. Interruptions, contradictions, all of it builds a picture that can influence the final decision just as much as the evidence.
confrontational with your probation officer is not going to get you anywhere. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
So if you have, what's the place in Port Arthur that you have to live?
It's a home. It's a house.
Whose house?
It's my house. I've been renting it
Since when?
since before I got on rehab. I've been using the same address.
Well, but
Before I got probation.
you told probation that you didn't come back here. But hold on, because you were homeless.
I've never been homeless, ma'am.
You said that in the original pre-sentence report.
No, I told her I was at a motel and she assumed I was homeless, but I'm not homeless.
But originally, when I put you on probation,
I gave y'all 1825 17th Street, which is where I live.
if you had a residence here in Jefferson County and you were on probation here in Jefferson County, then why didn't you come back here